Welcome to Irie and Doa, where we explore the hidden mysteries of your mind. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into consciousness, dreams, and the secrets of human psychology. What if your recurring dream isn't just a random image, but a hidden message shaping your reality? Every night, when you close your eyes and drift into the world of dreams, your subconscious begins a conversation with you in the language of symbols and metaphors. These aren't just random nightly movies. They are powerful architects subtly influencing your waking life. Have you ever woken up from a vivid dream feeling a certain way, only for that feeling to linger throughout your day? It's not a coincidence. Today, we'll expose the intricate connection between your nocturnal narratives and your daily experiences, revealing the surprising ways your subconscious is communicating with you every single night. Prepare to unlock hidden meanings and understand yourself on a profound new level. Your dreams hold more influence than you ever imagined. Let's begin with what happens in your brain every night. When you sleep, your mind doesn't rest. It actively works, processing information, emotions, and experiences from the day. It's like a massive sorting facility where millions of pieces of information are classified, archived, and reinterpreted. Think about the most common dream themes. Falling from heights. Who among us hasn't experienced that sudden sensation of dropping that makes us jerk awake? Flying, that incredible freedom of soaring above the earth. Or being chased, when you're running from something unknown and your legs feel like they're stuck in molasses. These universal themes aren't random. They mirror our deepest anxieties and aspirations. Dreams of falling often reflect a feeling of losing control in real life. Maybe you're going through a period of uncertainty at work, or feeling like you're losing your footing in a relationship. And flying? That's often a symbol of liberation, of overcoming limitations. Perhaps changes are brewing in your life, and your subconscious is already celebrating the future freedom you're only just planning to achieve. Being chased in dreams usually points to something you're avoiding in reality, a difficult conversation, a decision you need to make, or acknowledging an uncomfortable truth about yourself. But it's not just about symbolism. There's something more immediate and tangible, the emotional residue from dreams. You wake up, and although the details of the dream are already fading, the feeling remains. Anxiety from a nightmare can cast a shadow over your entire morning. Joy from a pleasant dream creates a sense of lightness and optimism for the whole day. Research shows that the emotional tone of your morning awakening influences your decisions during the first hours of the day. People who wake up after positive dreams are more inclined toward risk-taking, creativity, and social interaction. After anxious dreams, we become more cautious, detail-oriented, but also more prone to negatively interpreting neutral events. Your brain during sleep is doing incredibly important work. It's processing the emotional experiences of the day. Those moments when you suppressed anger in a meeting, swallowed hurt in a conversation with a loved one, pushed down fear before an important event, all of this finds release in dreams. The brain essentially plays through different scenarios, trying to find solutions, integrate experiences, and prepare you for similar situations in the future. It's a rehearsal for life, happening every night on the stage of your subconscious. Now let's dive deeper and talk about how dreams influence our decisions in ways we don't even realize. Recurring symbols in dreams are like beacons pointing to unresolved patterns in your life. Imagine someone who regularly dreams about missing a train. Month after month, the same story. They're running on the platform, watching the train leave, feeling despair. On the surface, this might seem like just an anxiety dream, but dig deeper, and this recurring plot might point to a deeply rooted fear of missing opportunities in life. Perhaps this person constantly postpones important decisions, afraid of making the wrong choice, and as a result, actually misses chances. Interestingly, such people often unconsciously start making decisions based on this underlying fear. They might impulsively accept the first job offer, rush into relationships with the first available person, buy the first apartment they see, all from fear of missing their train. There are documented cases where dreams provided remarkable clarity for decision-making. The famous chemist August Kekule saw a snake biting its tail in a dream, which led him to discover the ring structure of benzene. Elias Howe, inventor of the sewing machine, solved a technical problem after a dream where he was chased by savages with spears that had holes near the tips. But you don't need to be a scientist to get hints from dreams. Many people tell stories about moments when a dream gave them that gut feeling about a person, situation, or choice. A woman shared how before an important interview, she dreamed of entering a beautiful office, but the floor beneath her began to collapse. She ignored this warning, accepted the job offer, and 3 months later, the company went bankrupt. Coincidence? Perhaps. Or her subconscious picked up microsignals during the initial negotiations, the interviewer's nervousness, evasive answers about the company's financial state, and transformed them into a vivid warning image. Suppressed emotions from dreams have an insidious way of seeping into our daytime life. You might not remember a dream where you argued with a friend, but wake up with unexplained irritability and snap at people all day. Or not recall a romantic dream about a colleague, but suddenly catch yourself thinking about that person unusually often. It's like underground water. You don't see it, but it feeds the roots of your emotions and decisions. Unresolved anger from a dream can spill out as harshness with your partner at breakfast. Fear from a forgotten nightmare might make you reject an interesting but risky project. One man shared how for a week he woke up feeling anxious, not remembering his dreams. He started avoiding driving, making up various excuses. When he began keeping a dream journal, it turned out he'd been dreaming about car accidents. His subconscious was processing news about an accident his friend had been in. Once he recognized the source of his anxiety, he could rationally assess his fears and return to normal life. Now let's talk about how to learn to understand the language of your dreams and use this knowledge for self-discovery. Dream journaling isn't just a trendy hobby or esoteric practice. It's a powerful tool for self-exploration that can reveal patterns in your thinking, hidden desires, and unconscious fears. Let's start simple. Keep a notebook and pen beside your bed. As soon as you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't get up to use the bathroom. First, write down everything you remember about the dream. Even if it's just fragments: red door, feeling of urgency, familiar stranger. These fragments are puzzle pieces of your subconscious. Over time, rereading your entries, you'll start noticing recurring elements. Maybe water appears in your dreams every time emotional changes are brewing in your life. Or that old house from childhood emerges when you feel a need for safety and stability. It's crucial to understand dreams are personal metaphors. A dream dictionary might say a snake means betrayal, but for you, a snake could be a symbol of transformation, wisdom, or even a beloved childhood pet. Your personal experience, cultural context, emotional associations, all of this creates your unique dream language. A female programmer shared how broken computers regularly appeared in her dreams at moments when she felt she couldn't handle communication and personal relationships. For her, the computer was a metaphor for connection and information exchange. Realizing this, she understood that her relationship difficulties stemmed from trying to program emotional communication, approaching it too logically. A young entrepreneur noticed that before important business decisions, he'd dream of scenes from childhood at his grandmother's village. Analyzing these dreams, he realized they appeared when he was deviating from his core values: simplicity, honesty, caring for people in pursuit of profit. Dreams often reflect current personal growth challenges. Life transitions, changing jobs, getting married, having a child, losing a loved one, all these events generate particularly vivid and symbolically rich dreams. During such periods, dreams can be especially chaotic and disturbing. This is normal. Your psyche is restructuring, adapting to new reality. Dreams of an old house being destroyed might symbolize letting go of a former identity. Dreams of giving birth to strange creatures, integrating new aspects of personality. One man going through a divorce spent months dreaming about wandering through an endless labyrinth. Over time, the labyrinth in his dreams began changing. Windows appeared, doors, exits to gardens. This reflected his gradual finding of a path to a new life, gaining clarity and direction. Remember, dream interpretation isn't an exact science. It's an art of self-discovery. There's no universal key that will open all doors. But there's your intuition, your life experience, your willingness to look at yourself honestly. Human history is full of examples where dreams became sources of genius discoveries and creative breakthroughs. This isn't mysticism, it's the result of the brain's unique state during sleep, when logical constraints are lifted and unexpected connections between ideas are created. Dmitri Mendeleev saw the periodic table of elements in a dream after months of thinking about systematizing chemical elements. Paul McCartney heard the melody for Yesterday in a dream and immediately wrote it down upon waking. Robert Louis Stevenson regularly used dreams as a source of plots for his stories, including The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Niels Bohr, creator of the atomic model, said the idea of electrons orbiting the nucleus came to him in a dream where he sat on the sun with planets circling around him on thin threads. But why are dreams so effective for creativity? During REM sleep, when we have our most vivid dreams, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic and critical thinking, is less active. Meanwhile, connections between normally unrelated brain areas are strengthened. Imagine that during the day, your brain is a well-organized library where every book has its place. At night, it turns into creative chaos where a cookbook might end up next to a quantum physics textbook, and suddenly an unexpected connection is discovered between them. This state is called divergent thinking. The ability to generate multiple solutions to one problem, see non-obvious connections, think metaphorically. This is why the expression "sleep on it" has neurobiological justification. How can you consciously use this creative potential of dreams? The first method is problem incubation. Before sleep, formulate a question or problem you want to solve. Write it down, think about it for a few minutes, but don't actively try to find a solution. Just hold the question in your mind as you fall asleep. Your subconscious will work on the problem all night. A programmer shared how he unsuccessfully struggled with a bug in code for 3 days. Before sleep, he visualized the problematic code section and asked, "What am I missing?" In the morning, before even opening his eyes, he already knew the answer. The error was in a completely different part of the program that was affecting the problematic section in a non-obvious way. An artist used dreams to overcome creative blocks. She kept a sketchbook and pencils beside her bed, and immediately after waking, without analyzing, sketched images from dreams. These spontaneous drawings often became the foundation for her paintings. The second method is lucid dreaming. This is a state where you realize you're dreaming and can partially control the dream. In a lucid dream, you can consciously explore creative ideas, experiment without the limitations of the physical world. A musician learned to induce lucid dreams and use them as a rehearsal studio. In dreams, he could hear an entire orchestra, experiment with arrangements without fear of mistakes. Several of his compositions were fully created and rehearsed in dreams before he recorded them in reality. A writer used lucid dreams for dialogues with characters from his books. He could ask them questions, observe their interactions, which helped create more vivid and convincing heroes. Even if you're not an artist or scientist, the creative potential of dreams can enrich your life. Dreams can suggest a new approach to a work project, a solution to a household problem, or simply give you a fresh perspective on familiar things. The first and most important step is improving dream recall. Most people forget up to 90% of their dreams within the first 10 minutes after waking, but this ability can be developed. Start with intention. Before sleep, tell yourself, "Tonight I will remember my dreams." This simple statement programs your brain to pay attention to dreams. Research shows that intention alone can double the number of dreams remembered. Create a waking ritual. Don't jump out of bed immediately when the alarm goes off. Lie with your eyes closed for at least a minute, allowing dream images to linger in consciousness. Movement and bright light destroy the fragile memories of dreams. Keep a dream journal regularly. Even if you only remember an emotion or a single image, write it down. The brain is a neural network that learns through repetition. The more often you record dreams, the better your brain understands that this information is important and needs to be preserved. Use the anchor technique. If you wake up at night after a dream, don't try to remember the entire dream. Choose one vivid image or keyword and mentally repeat it several times. In the morning, this anchor will help pull the entire dream from memory, like a fisherman pulls in a net. Pay attention to transitional states. The moments of falling asleep and awakening are golden bridges between consciousness and the subconscious. In these moments, particularly clear insights and creative ideas can come. Thomas Edison specifically napped with a metal ball in his hand when he fell asleep. The ball would drop and wake him, allowing him to catch ideas from the borderline state. Create a favorable environment for dreams. Sleep quality directly affects the vividness and memorability of dreams. A cool, dark, quiet room, no screens for an hour before bed. A light dinner without alcohol. All this might seem mundane, but it's the foundation for a rich dream life. Experiment with wake-up times. REM phases, when the most vivid dreams occur, become longer and more frequent toward morning. If you wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual and then doze off, you can catch a particularly dream-rich period. Learn to distinguish types of dreams. Not all dreams are equally significant. There are processor dreams that simply sort daily information. There are compensatory dreams that balance the psyche, releasing suppressed emotions. And there are messenger dreams, the ones that carry important messages or creative solutions. We've come to the end of our journey into the world of dreams, but for you, this is just the beginning. Every night you dive into an ocean of the subconscious where images are born that can change your life. Dreams aren't just a side effect of sleep. They're an active process in which your brain solves problems, integrates experience, prepares for the future, and creates new neural connections. They're your personal therapist, creative consultant, and spiritual mentor, working for free every night. By learning to read these messages from your subconscious, you gain access to deep wisdom that has always been with you, but remained hidden behind the veil of sleep. You begin to understand the true motives of your actions, see patterns that govern your life, and find creative solutions to the most complex problems. In a world where we're constantly turned outward, to screens, tasks, other people, dreams return us to ourselves. They remind us of our depth, complexity, creative potential. They show that inside each of us is an entire universe waiting to be explored. Tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, remember, you're not just going to sleep. You're embarking on a journey to yourself, and who knows what discoveries await you on this journey. Maybe a solution to a problem that's been troubling you for months. Maybe a creative idea that will change your career. Or simply a deep understanding of who you really are. Start paying attention to your dreams. They hold the keys to your daytime life, keys that you've always had, but are only now learning to use. Your dreams are waiting for you. They've always been waiting. Now it's time to hear their message. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of dreams. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe to Irian Dawa and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Drop a comment below about your most memorable dream. I read every single one. And remember, ring that notification bell to join our community of mind explorers.